Hello everybody, welcome to Viru Coaching, one learning center for all your competitive exams. Today we're going to continue our journey on tense. Let us discuss present perfect tense. Present perfect tense, an action recently finished, is expressed in present perfect. An action which is recently finished. See this example. She has come to Mumbai recently. Has come. This combination will express that it is recently finished. She has come to Mumbai recently. Now, if an action is important and not the time of action is not important, only the action is important and the time of action is not given. If the time of action is not given, then we use present perfect. Always remember, in present perfect, there is no time mentioned. There should not be any time mentioned. If the time is mentioned, then what should you do? So let us see these examples. Some examples for present perfect. We have progressed a lot. We have progressed a lot. Have and then progressed. This expresses an action which is recently finished. She has found her lost keys. She has found her lost keys. They have brought. Recently finished action. They have brought the notebook. We have constructed a house. This action is recently finished. We have constructed a bridge. We have constructed a dam. So recently finished action. Have you packed? Interrogative sentence. Have you packed your bag yet? Yet, present perfect. Have you packed your bag yet? I have never been. I have never been to Canada. I have never been to USA. These are some examples. When time is, let us see the formula first, and then we will go to the time constraint, how time will decide whether it is a present perfect or any other tense. We will go to the next slide and then we will see those examples. Formula: subject plus has or have plus V3 plus object. Subject plus has or have plus not V3 plus object. Negative sentence. The short form is hasn't or haven't. Subject plus hasn't or haven't plus V3 plus object. Then has or have plus subject plus V3 plus object. Has or have plus subject plus V3 plus object. Interrogative sentence, positive interrogative sentence. This is negative interrogative sentence. Has or have plus subject plus not plus V3 plus object. Alright, this is negative interrogative sentence. This is negative interrogative sentence but in a short form. Hasn't or haven't. Subject plus V3 plus object. You can pick up any example and then see. We have progressed a lot. Let us pick up this example and then apply it over here. We have, has is not used for we, first person plural. So we have progressed a lot. We have not progressed a lot. We haven't progressed a lot. Have we progressed a lot? Have we progressed a lot? Helping verb is have and then subject comes later in the interrogative sentence. Please remember that. Have we not progressed a lot? Have we not progressed a lot? Negative interrogative sentence. Haven't we progressed a lot? Haven't we progressed a lot? The short form for have not is haven't. Let us pick up this example. She has found her lost keys. She has found her lost keys. She has found her lost keys as it is. She has not found her lost keys. She has not found her lost keys. She hasn't found her lost keys. She hasn't found her lost keys. Has she found her lost keys? Has she not found her lost keys? Hasn't she found her lost keys? These are some of the examples. We tried with have and we tried with has. You try with all the possibilities. Try to write sentences on your own. Now, we are talking about time constraint. Let's go to the first slide. If the action is important and not the time of action, and the time of action is not given, we use present perfect. So let's go here and then check these sentences and observe the difference here. He has given us many new inventions. Right sentence. He has given us many new inventions. She has reached the moon. She has reached the moon. Recently finished action. Has given. Recently finished action. These two sentences are correct. And there is no time constraint here. There is no time mentioned here. There is no time mentioned here. Now look at these examples. He has given us many new inventions in the 19th century. We have a problem here. The examiner will check you over here. When present tense, when you're talking about present perfect tense, here time constraint, time should not be mentioned here. Time should not be mentioned here. So if the time is mentioned, what should you do? Then change the tense. When the sentence is given, first look at the time, whether the time is given or not. If the time is mentioned, then change the tense. He gave us many new inventions in the 19th century. Simple past. Change the tense into simple past because time is mentioned here. If the time is not mentioned, then you can have this. Then you can have present perfect. But when the time is mentioned, please change the tense into simple past. Now, look at this example. She has reached the moon on 22nd October 2000. Time is mentioned here. When the time is mentioned, please change this into, you can remove has. She reached the moon. We made it into simple past. We made it into simple past. So please change the tense into simple past when the time is mentioned. Now, note one important point here. In a sentence, any form of have can be followed by had. This is most important thing. This is one area where examiner is interested. Okay, in a sentence, any form of have can be followed by had. Had will be the main verb. Had will be the main verb. This is because in present tense, such combinations are used. Always remember, in present perfect, such combinations are allowed. In present perfect, these combinations are allowed. See these examples. Have had, has had, alright? Have had, has had. Now go back to the previous slide and read the condition again. In a sentence, any form of have can be followed by had. Any form of have means have or has. Alright? So can be followed by had, where had will be the main verb. This is because in present perfect, such combinations are used. Now read these examples. We have had some problems with our computer. We have had some problems with our computer. He has had 2 surgeries on his leg. He has had 2 surgeries on his back, on his leg. So has had, this combination is allowed, but it is never the other way around. You can never say, we have some problems. You can never interchange these two. This combination is always right. Have had or has had, but it is never had has. You can never interchange the two words. Third example. I'm not feeling well. I have had a neck pain all day. I'm not feeling well. I have had a neck pain all day. This sentence is also right. This is right. This is right. Now, fourth example. She has had 2 children in the past 5 years. She has had 2 children in the past 5 years. This combination is accepted. This is correct. This is right. One more important point, because students are well versed with the tense, the framing of the sentence and the structure, they come prepared. But these are the areas where examiner will test you in, right? So be very careful. Remember this point also. Usually, recently, already, yet, so far are used in perfect tense. When I say perfect tense, it can be any perfect tense, whether present perfect or past perfect, any perfect tense. These are the words. If you find these words in a given sentence, then you should assume that it must be a perfect tense. It must be a perfect tense. Yet is generally used in negative sentence. Of present perfect, yet is used in a negative sentence of present perfect. See this example. He has not reached the college yet. Because there is yet over here, it means that it is in present perfect tense. So say suppose in the exam, if they give you like this, he has not reached the college yet. This is a correct sentence. Suppose if they change this as had, he had not reached the college yet. In that case, you have to replace the sentence correction. In the sentence corrections, you have to remove had and keep has over here, because yet implies a negative sentence of present perfect. Now see this example. He had not done homework so far. Usually, recently, already, this all can come in perfect tense, right? So he had not done homework so far. This is a correct usage, and this is past perfect. This point, remember, this is past perfect. We will deal with past perfect later. All right. So first remember, for now you can remember, he had not done homework so far, past perfect. This sentence is correct. This is grammatically right. If since is followed by simple past, then since is preceded by present perfect. If since is followed by simple past tense, since is preceded by present perfect tense. This combination you have to remember. Examiner will test you here in sentence corrections. This is a combination that you can never forget. You should never forget this combination, because questions will come from this area. All right. So I haven't seen him since he left the college. Observe the sentence here. You find since over here. When you find the time clause, since is a time clause here. When you find since, be very, very cautious. After since, there is simple past. This sentence is in simple past. Since and then simple past. When you find this, you have to check this sentence. The other part of the sentence, you have to check here. Whether you have present perfect or not, that is what is important. Okay? When you have since and then past tense, immediately after since, there will be present perfect before to that. All right? I have not seen him. Here you cannot have I had not seen him. Then that tense is wrong. I have not seen him is present perfect. This sentence is grammatically correct. Always remember the combination. Since and then simple past. And then you will have present perfect. I can also twist the sentence like this. Since he left the college, I haven't seen him. That is also correct. Why? Because after since you have simple past, and then you have present perfect also. That combination is important. You should remember. Now, The perfect form of any model can also be used. The perfect form of any model. This is a model. We discussed about model earlier. This is a model. He may have put on weight. He may have put on weight since she last saw him. Last saw him. Here this is simple past. Now, this part of the sentence, you have a model in present perfect. You have a model in present perfect. He may have put on weight since she last saw him. Alright, remember since and then simple past. Simple past, see, I can give the combination like this. Since and then simple past. Okay, I can place present perfect here, or I can also place present perfect here. I can also place present perfect here. Anything is accepted. You can place present perfect over there, or you can place present perfect over here. This is also accepted. Alright, let's go to the next slide. We will finish past perfect also. Past perfect. If two actions take place in the past, one after the other, the first action will be in past perfect and the second action will be in the simple past. See, what does it mean? When two actions take place in the past, one after the other, think logically. It is logically convincing that, you know, when the first action is expressed in past perfect, the action which is done later, that must be expressed in simple past. The latest action always will be expressed in simple past. The action which took place even before to that will be expressed in past perfect. All right. So the same logic is applied even for since condition that we discussed before. Since and then simple past and then past perfect. Which thing has happened first? That will be taking past perfect. After that, I haven't seen him since he left the college. So I haven't seen him. This is the latest. Since he left the college is the oldest. So that took place first. And I haven't seen him happened later. So logically, if you see, placing of the tense should be according to the time. Alright. So read it again. If two actions take place in the past, one after the other, the first action is nothing but whatever action that takes first, that will be past perfect. And the second action is nothing but the latest. This is the latest action. Latest action will be in simple past. Read this example. When Ravi reached his school, he found that the news about him had preceded him. Now, he went to school. He reached his school. But before he reached school, what has happened? Which one had reached the school first? The news about him had reached the school first. After that, Ravi had reached the school. Is it not? So when the news had reached the school first, that will be in past perfect. After that, later Ravi reached the school. When Ravi reached the school, that will be in simple past. The news will be in past perfect. Look at the formulae. Subject plus had plus V3 plus object. Subject plus had plus not plus V3 plus object. Had not can also be written as hadn't. Hadn't is a short form for had not. Had plus subject plus V3 plus object question mark interrogative sentence. Had plus subject plus not plus V3 plus object negative interrogative sentence. Hadn't is a short form. Hadn't plus subject plus V3 plus object question mark. Look at these examples. Past perfect. We had played video games. He had beaten chess easily. He had drawn He had drawn a good painting. She had gone to California. She had gone to California. So shall we pick up any of the examples? Let's pick up this. He had drawn a good painting. And then let us apply it over here. He had drawn a good painting. He had not drawn a good painting. Negative sentence. He hadn't drawn a good painting. He hadn't drawn a good painting. Had he drawn a good painting? Had he drawn a good painting? Interrogative, positive interrogative sentence. Had he not drawn a good painting? Had he not drawn a good painting? Negative interrogative sentence. Hadn't he drawn a good painting? Negative interrogative sentence in a short form. Hadn't. Alright, you can take this example also. She had gone to California. She had gone to California. She had not gone to California. She hadn't gone to California. Had she gone to California? Had she not gone to California? Hadn't she gone to California? So these are the examples. Now please remember one thing. Questions will not come from this alone. In sentence corrections and all, fill in the blanks or any grammar part, questions will not come from this area. Questions will come always from this condition. You see this condition? This particular point, this entire thing. This point is important. The examiner will test you over here. Also, examiner will test you over here. Look at this since condition. Very, very important. You have to memorize. You have to remember this condition. And questions will not come from here. Questions will not come from here alone. Questions will come from these conditions. Look at these conditions. Yes, have had, has had. These are the conditions where questions will come from. Alright. This condition also. Usually, recently, already, yet, so far. So here we are. We will end the class here and meet you again in another video. Thank you so much.